of fun and games sending out death prophecies to people. But when the death prophecies come back, it sounds quite interesting. It gets very interesting. I saw a very interesting video that I want to show you guys from Prophet Kakande. Kakande has issues. He's even standing on the table. Hey, these prophecies have the man them stepping on the table to respond to what the guys are prophesying concerning him. This is what he responded.
Kakande is alive and well. He is not sick. Don't mind these boys.
Don't mind these boys.
Don't consider the boys. Let them account for their ministries. Let them account for what they have done. Tell those boys in.
He says, hey, let them account for what is happening in their own ministries. Now, if you haven't seen it, there is almost about 3 different so-called prophecies. I'm not going to address all of them. I'm only going to address 2 and a little bit of an update on one of them. I think that's Prophet Masala or something like that. And so, without further ado, it's the Reality Show with the daily Christian commentary. Videos, if it's the first time over here, to be sure, check out the other videos that are down in the pinned comments. And I'm going to check you out over there. So, the first one comes from...
to the country called Uganda. And in the country called Uganda, and the Lord said, I am taking my servant home. I'm going to tell you this servant. His name is Kakande.
All right. So he says that. But it's not really that kind of caught my attention. It's what he says about what Kakande's ministry is. Go back there. What you saying?
He's the hand of God of that country.
Okay, wait.
His name is Kakande. He is the hand of God of that country. That is why it looks like there is peace. But when I was...
You see, when people just say things just for the sake of saying them, that's what I hear with what Abel just said there. Apart from the fact that I haven't seen what Abel has said that has come true. Abel said that Bishiri's wife was going to fall pregnant. That was 2 years ago. Nothing. Tololo. Okay? There was even pictures of them saying no. What? I did a very full detail concerning that. You see? So there was this one. And he says it's the hand of God. That's why there looks like there is peace over that country. I think that's funny. Why? Because in the Bible, it's very clear the angels of God are the ones that are holding over the peace of a certain... It's not people, it's not an average individuals. So why does he have such a viewpoint that exalts them? It's because it's not biblical. Now, also, Masala. Prophet Masala, you remember the gentleman who was rebuked by Iron Genesis over saying that everyone who prophesies are his spiritual sons. Yeah, he too had a prophecy that sounds like it goes in, and it's this particular one right here.
We need to pray for a man of God in Uganda. The Spirit of the Lord showed me 4 angels, and these 4 angels were flying, going into a nation of Uganda. I saw these angels with a letter to deliver to one of a man of God who has dominated the southern region part of Africa.
Okay, and so that's why people associate that part to say that he's talking about Kakande. Ne? Now, I don't know if this was related or it's not, but I know that Masala actually ended up getting arrested over his so-called prophecies and stuff like that. Right. If you actually look, there's this video that he released after he came out, and this is what he had to say.
They locked the gate
They pushed me in the car. I entered. I obeyed everything. Where are you taking me? They told me, ukamba no kamba. Siuzi wa komino uyenda. Tizachi ashamba mate. They started arresting me. They started insulting me. I obeyed. We reached there. Children of God, the way I was handled like a thug.
Right, so that was the video that then came out of him addressing his arrest. I guess they say that he was arrested for these prophecies that he gives out. That's the claim publicly. That's what they are claiming, that it's because of the things that he preaches. Or the
now he's coming up again.
My bad. And so the thing that I find quite interesting or funny is that it's the response of Kakande, as I mentioned a little bit earlier on. Kakande's response for me, it's funny because he stood on the table, the man stood on the table to say, hey, I don't know what these people are talking about. I'm not dying. I'm not going anywhere. Now, I did also see another one here that actually was in relation to this. I think this was in a church, maybe a while after this particular prophecy started to come out. And it's this one right here.
You may be seated. Viewers over the world, I just want to remind you, Prophet Kakande is not sick. He is alive and well.
So he made that response to say, Mandem's not sick, Mandem is not having any ill health or anything like that. So people should stop prophesying things concerning him. I did see someone else kind of point out another person's prophecy. I'm not going to put that here. It's just that. What I find quite interesting is that the very thing that they speak concerning other people, they cannot take for themselves. You're okay with just going out and giving out all these prophecies. Yeah, you're going to die, this person is going to die, this person is going to die, and it's just that. It's every day for them to go around telling people that they're going to die. The moment the prophecy comes back to them, it sounds a little, it gets attached with insults. Personally, once you see those kind of things, just distance yourself from such things. Okay, this type of gimmicks are not necessary. Okay, a minister of the gospel would understand what the mandate for the church is. The mandate of the church is not us going around telling people that they're going to die. Life is meant to be lived in hope. Life is meant to be lived in clear sight of what one perceives to be truth. Yeah, it is, he who is filthy will continue on in filth. He that is righteous will continue on in righteousness. But they put this burden of come to follow them, or come that they might pray for you, so that it all comes to you coming to them. They become the answers. It goes with kind of like the video that we made earlier on from Prophet Makandiwa, where you are saying, where we were talking about the Nicolaites way of ministry, is that it seeks to rule over people. So Kakande stood on the table to denounce such death prophecies, such sickness matters and whatnot, because apart from like the other gentleman's prophecies, which I've never seen fulfilled, apart from that, they still do not get the message. They don't get, because remember, with them it's just a way of showing that they have some type of access into hearing things or whatnot, and whatever it is, they seek that to authenticate them. They're not interested in preaching the message of the gospel. No. Their interest is to authenticate themselves. So they live literally to authenticate themselves. So that's why it goes from one prophecy to the other, one prophecy to the other, as a way of seeking validation. So now they are prophesying their colleague. And the colleague had to stand on the table. The colleague had to stand on the table. It's all fun and games when they are telling other people, you're going to die, you're going to what. But then when it comes to them, the message becomes sour. Yeah, funny, man.